Hey you guys, my name is Barbara Bass and I am back with another lesson. Let's get started with a prayer first. Dear Lord, thank you for being so steadfast in responding to us. Thank you for making it a great day before the enemy could step in to steal my joy. Continue to show, improve, and protect us. We love you for offering us quick solutions and clarity in times of fear. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus Christ's name we do pray. Amen. Yo, today started off with a doozy. You see, now I can like laugh and smile at the enemy's tricks and schemes. Okay, he tried it this morning. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. But first, let's get into this Bible verse. It's gonna come from Job chapter 39, verses 9 through 10. Now, in this translation, it says wild ox, but in I think the Latin version or in other books, it says rhinoceros. All right, but let's get into it. 39, 9 through 10. Is the wild ox willing to serve you? Will he spend the night at your manger? Can you mind? I'm going to start over because that's the third time I messed up within one sentence. Let's put some respect on the Bible. Is the wild ox willing to serve you? Will he spend the night at your manger? Can you bind him in the furrow with ropes, or will he harrow the valleys after you? Will you depend on him because his strength is great, and will you leave him to your labor? All this is about, in some versions it's an ox, in other versions it's a rhinoceros, whatever. But I'm going to tell you the significance of the black rhino, okay, in just a moment. But if you've seen the thumbnail of this picture, you saw the black rhino from the movie James and the Giant Peach, okay? Now, in this Bible verse, it's talking about how hunting was a sport of royalty, okay? Hunting the ox, all right? But is the wild ox willing to serve you? So, in this case, we're talking about a rhinoceros. Is this rhinoceros? God is talking to Job when Job, all that bad stuff had happened to him. And because God removed the hedge of protection around him, he started asking, questioning God, like, why did you allow all this to happen to me or whatever? So God starts talking to him like, well, do you do this? Do you do this? Are you responsible for all these things that basically God is responsible for? So in that, the midst of that, he's saying this as well to Job. Is the wild ox willing to serve you? Will he spend the night at your manger? Can you bind him with the furrow of the rope? So basically God is saying, like, this rhinoceros, this ox, whatever this big animal is big and beastly, like is huge. And is it going to bow down to you? No. And in today's lesson, from what I learned and what I feel like God was trying to show me, I gotta turn this heat down, I'm getting hot, hold on. What I feel like God was trying to show me or tell me was that this rhinoceros, God goes into, in the book of Job, he goes into details about the beasts and how big they are and how they don't bow down to nobody, and how we may look at them as scary creatures, but it's a God. These are his creatures that he made, and they bow down to him. They do what he tells them to do or whatever. So he's saying, like, to Job, you don't have to worry about any of this. Like, you're not responsible for this. This is what I do, and they bow down to me. And it's crazy because, in a way, what I was trying to say before I started talking about that is that God was trying to show me that this black rhino is being compared to something satanic, either Satan, the devil, or whatever, because it's something that's like big. It's the prince of this earth or whatever, like well known or whatever, popular in some cases, and untamable, like a dark black massive energy, just like the rhino in the movie, that's haunting James. But it's like there's some similarities there between this dark energy and this black rhino, right? And I feel like God is basically trying to say, the devil, who can tame the devil? You know, like in your, not in the movie's case, but in your case, in your real life situation, the devil is after you and using people, and he's coming in within their vessel and using them to come up against you. Who can tame him and tell him to sit down and shut up? You have the authority, yes, through Jesus Christ, yes, but certain things that he can do, he goes to God and he gets permission. So he still is working for God, and you still, like, to even defeat him, you need God. So both ways, like, for him to come do something to you, he got to go to God first, and before you can, you know, not before you can, but your authority to do something to him only comes through Jesus. So either way, Jesus, God is in the center. And so in this case, God is saying, like, yeah, the devil is against you, but he also works under me, because legally he has to come to me for permission to do stuff to you. I hope this is making sense. But anyway, this dark force, all right, this, it serves God, all right. This devil, it serves it, the Satan, technically, in the end, all the way that he's serving God is not like a excellent good thing. It's more like you're serving God as in you're sharpening God's children. He think he be hurting and harming us, but God always turns our ugly situations into something beautiful. So that's how he's serving God and actually serving us too. You know what I mean? Like, he try to make it seem like we the slaves, but really he the slave. Anyway, so yeah, in, I think, the Latin Bible, in Deuteronomy chapter 33:17, there's a word called rhinocerotis, and this refers to a two-horned rhinoceros. All right, and then it's crazy because he got like two horns, and you know how other animals, they may have antlers, horns, or something coming out of their head, but it don't look like actual demonic devil horns. Like when you see any cartoon picture of the devil horns, the horns kind of come out of the head and come out like in pointy or whatever, and that's how the rhino looks. It has like those two pointy, devilish looking horns on it, and then it has that one big horn on its nose. So it's like, like, but the fact that it said two-horned rhinoceros, that made me think of the two-horned devil, right? So it's something about this black rhino, right? And then I don't know if anyone here, if you're around my age and you know about the artist named Black Rhino, if you're from the like Caribbean community or whatever. Black Rhino had that song back in the day. He had some good songs that, you know, when you're young and you're in this secular world, probably not following Christ like you should, you may have heard these songs, okay? But lately, he's been popping up on the music timeline. Like, I played one reggae song and now he keeps popping up, and I saw his songs like this morning like 3 times on my timeline. I don't know what else to call it, but on my news feed, and it just kept saying Black Rhino, Black Rhino, Black Rhino, and I'm like, why? Like, all the videos that were popping up were from like 14-16 years ago. That's when I used to listen to him, so that's when his songs were like actually hot. So I'm like, why does he keep popping up? But I guess God was trying to use that as another layer of confirmation to confirm to somebody, like, yeah, to me, and now for me to tell you that I'm about to highlight something about a black rhino energy. So I'm not sure if someone's doing witchcraft and using some kind of black rhinoceros energy or something like that. I don't know, but the rhino symbolizes untamable, being untamable, ferocious, powerful, a wild animal, resilient, never giving up, unpredictable. It has strength to a certain extent, you know, like it's strong animal, and it's double horned like the devil. And this, even this parts of this description about the rhino sounds like the devil. Okay, never giving up, very resilient. We're supposed to be resilient and never giving up, but he'll come in our minds and try to make us give up, you know. So, but he will go to far extents and never give up. He never gives up. He won't give up until he's sent under, until his, you know, Jesus come back. But let me tell you how I got to this in the first place, this lesson in the first place. Okay, so fear and paranoia. All right, I think that's probably what I'm gonna title this. I don't know, my titles don't do my videos justice, I know, because I don't want to give too much away in the title, but at the same time, whatever. If it's meant for you to see my content, it's meant for you to see it. Even if the titles are generic, you got to click on it to get what's really in there. Okay. But the fear and paranoia. All right. This is what the topic is. That does not come from God. It's from Satan. All right. Anything bad like shame, guilt, fear. I mean, whatever. Paranoia. All them bad feelings that you feel. Anything outside of joy and love and happiness. That's not from God. Okay. This morning I was laying in my bed. I didn't even wake up, look at my phone. There was nothing that could have made me feel negative yet, because I literally had just woke up, like just opened my eyes, and as soon as I woke up, I felt this dark energy come over me, and like it felt like fear, anxiety, and paranoia all wrapped in one. And it was like I wanted to flee, and we know that fleeing, feeding, fornicating, and one more, that there's 4 F's, but the 4 F's are from the lower nature of the body. All right, so the lower nature is kind of like eating bad foods, fornicating when we know we shouldn't, listen to bad music. Like the lower self is more associated with the human side of you, which would be more like the side where Satan attacks us, our flesh, right? So anyway, this feeling came over me, and it was fear, guilt. I felt like even a fear of, like, I don't know if it felt like death, darkness, but it was just very strong, and it just came over me, and I was like, whoa, this is very dark. What is this? And in my head, immediately, I went to God, and I said, God, what is this? Because I started like asking my mind is like, it's so fast. It thinks so fast. So in my mind, I'm like thinking like, oh no, I feel this. Why do I feel this? Oh no, I feel like I want to run. Oh no, I feel like I want to delete something. Oh no, I feel like I want to flee. Like a heaviness, like wanting to run from this heaviness too. And this was a sudden attack. This was a spiritual warfare. This is a spiritual attack on me. That's what this was. It was a feeling of anxiety. Even the smoothness of my breathing. Like I felt how my breathing was fine when I woke up, and I was just like opening my eyes. And then as soon as I felt that feeling, I felt the smoothness of my breathing even got interrupted. And it was like, like it was like, I was like, what is going on? Because I think for most of my life, I didn't know what an anxiety attack is, because I never have anxiety attacks. Like, I usually can catch it or whatever. But this feeling I felt before in congruence with situations in my life that were ratchet and ghetto. I'll just say that. And so this instant feeling, I'm like, something doesn't feel right. So I go into questioning God in my head. I didn't even like get on my knees to actually say a prayer. I'm just in my head, and I'm addressing God in my head, and I'm like, God, what is this feeling? Why am I feeling this? What did I do? Did I say something wrong? Did I like say something in a video that I need to delete? What is it? Can you show it to me? Am I supposed to delete something? Is it something I said? Did I do something wrong? Am I supposed to be doing something today that I don't know about? Am I forgetting something? Is someone gonna die today? Like it just, the fear started to progress as I started to wonder, what is this dark feeling? Because even when it came to the death, I started thinking like, how certain people, whenever they lose someone, a loved one, they'll be like, I felt it in my chest earlier that day. So I'm like, am I feeling like this connection to someone around me that's probably gonna die? Like I just started feeling crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew instantly that it was an attack. All right. My heart was beating fast. It felt like it skipped a beat, because it was like trying to recover from missing a beat or something like that. I don't know, but it was just straight up a scary, fearful feeling. Okay, I don't know how else to reiterate that. Immediately I felt fear, and I felt a feeling of like sinking deeper and deeper into a darkness, like a darker darkness. Like I didn't actually see a darker darkness, like a blacker black, but it was more like I felt an essence of me losing myself, spinning into a darkness. I don't even know how to explain it, but I just felt myself like spinning in my bed, like going deeper and deeper down into a darkness, right? And it felt like a dark cloud came over me, And then that's when I had the vision of James and the giant peach, when he started running from that black rhino, and the rhino is coming through the clouds almost. I put it in a thumbnail picture. He's running through the clouds almost, and the rhino is coming towards him, and James is stepping in like up to the rhino, and he's like, "I'm not afraid of you," or something like that, right? Hold on, what's going on back here? Anyway, so yeah, hold on, y'all, because what in the world? Why are you parking right here? Ugh, annoying. Anyway, he distracted me because he's annoying. My neighbor be doing too much. All these parking spaces. Why you always gotta come park right next to me when I'm recording? He is so annoying. Anyway, what was I even saying? I felt like a dark cloud came over me, and then I saw this vision of James and the giant peach running through. It was like, I think there was a scene in the movie where it was like a clear day, and then all of a sudden it just got real cloudy and shade, like it just got real dark. And then that's when that black rhino started running towards him, and it was this big scene with him and the rhino, right? But that's how I felt. Like, that's the best way I could describe this darkness that came over me. It was like a bright sunny day turned into a dark day, and it was the beginning of the morning, so it was like, you know, the sun just coming up. So I always feel good in the morning because it's the start of a new day. So I'm like, dang, as soon as I wake up, you on me? Like, and then what's next? So the movie, the scene, James and the giant peach, that dark cloud, that rhino, and the evil aunties popped up. Okay, so the scene that I clicked on to watch real quick, just to do a little research on, you know, try to put pieces together to see what God is talking about with this black rhino energy, right? I remember seeing those two evil aunties, and this could have something to do with evil auntie, some evil aunties. It could have something to do with somebody's energy. Okay, I'm gonna just say that this feeling was sent by or planned or orchestrated by one or two evil aunties, witches. James, okay, so these evil aunties are like witches, but remember in the movie, they act like they were so sweet in front of everybody, like they were just doing so much favor for James, like they was doing him such a favor, but really behind his back they did not have his best interests at heart. Like, they starved him, they treated him bad, like they was just evil, like wicked, but in front of a lot of other people they looked like they was like a good person. So in your life, whoever is doing this energy or trying to send this energy towards you or is being used by the devil, they look like they a nice person. They could even act like they a Christian or something, but something about them is evil, and they do not have the best interest for you. And most people would probably, or even you, maybe being young, naive, we talked about yesterday, being immature, maybe something happened to you and your family where your parents died, just like James, and you had to go live with your evil aunties or something like that. I don't know, but it's something about these two evil aunties. Okay, James was yelling at the black rhino and his aunties, and he was saying, "I'm not afraid of you." Now, something about emphasizing hooked upper lips. Now, why did I say that? Something about a person having hooked upper lips, pointed lips, or something noticeable about their upper lip or their lips, hooked lip, spoke to you. Oh yeah, so I said that they spoke to you in a rude and disrespectful way, because that's what it said. His auntie spoke to him in a rude and disrespectful way. And it's something where it's like they may have like a soft voice or a very proper voice, because remember, they're all in London, England, or something like that. They all have that accent. So something about their voice is kind of like, it could be sweet or soft or some kind of sweet accent or something that sounds very proper, or they talk proper or something like that. So it's not like they're being openly like rude, disrespectful, because they're not cursing at you, because they talk very proper or sweet or Christian like or something like that. But what they're saying to you, it's like this nice nastiness to it. It's like this nice nasty, like it's like their voice sound nice, but what they're saying to you is very disrespectful and rude. is rude in some way. Like they're cursing you in some way. Like when they talk to you, they curse you, or they curse your future, something about your future. They curse you, but then they're nice to you when they talk to you. Like they talk to you, have small talk, act like everything's okay, but then they switch up and then start cursing your future or something like that. Like it's something about their voice may sound kind, but when they talking to you, as long as it's not going over your head, what they're saying to you is actually rude and disrespectful. They actually do not care about you, okay? And they show that by what they say about you or your future, or the way they curse you or something like that. But it's not them actually cursing at you. Like the words may be cursing you, but they're not cursing at you, like using curse words, okay? In the world. All right, hold on. Too much going on. All right, so what else is on here? The black rhino was emphasized. Something about their lips, maybe because they talk too much, or their lips are kind of poked out or hooked, or like, you know how people from London, their mouth is already shaped a certain way because the way that they pronounce their words is like their lips are already hooked, or like proper, like where are you going, like their face is already kind of like, because they talk like that, like everything is, so their faces, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but somebody's mouth is already like, their lips are already like when they talk, because they talk proper or something like that. I don't know, but bruh, I don't know. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Something about their lips though. It's something about their lip that stands out, okay? So yeah, regardless of how soft their voice is, they are talking junk still. Okay? There's something about them nice nasty. You may have said a prayer, or you started talking in your head and you started asking God questions, and immediately God showed you what time it was. Okay? So with me, as soon as I started feeling like, bruh, I'm losing my mind, what in the world is going on, I started asking God, like, what is this? Why do I feel like this? Who sent what? What is this? Am I tripping? Did I do something wrong? My questioning was more of God, like, did I do something wrong? 223 confirmation. And God was like, no, it's not you. And it was immediately. So after I started feeling this feeling of overwhelmed and scared or whatever, I start asking the questions in my head. I say my little prayer. I get on my phone to see what time it is, and I get on YouTube and I see the first thing on my YouTube timeline was some video, and I clicked on it because I guess it was already playing. But the part that I clicked on, as soon as I clicked on it, she said, because I was asking God, what is this? What is this? And the person in the video said, it's probably nothing. They're just trying to scare you for no reason. Bruh. It's probably nothing. They were just trying to scare you for no reason. As soon as I heard that, as soon as I turned the video on, it was already played a little bit, so it just picked up to wherever it had left off. And that was the sentence that came out of the girl's mouth. It's probably nothing. They're just trying to scare you for no reason. So when I heard that, I knew that that was God, the way that it was so random. And it was just right there. As soon as I was asking God, like, what is this? Did I do something? Da, 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 da. God answered me quickly through that video and said, it's probably nothing. They're just trying to scare you for no reason. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if the word probably was in there. I really don't. I think it said, it's nothing. They're just trying to scare you for no reason. Okay. But anyway, God communicated with me so fast through this video that ain't nothing. It's not you, baby girl. It's not you. It is them. They messing with you for no reason. Okay. And as soon as I heard that darkness, it was like a spell came off of me. That darkness just came from off of me, and the sun, like, it just came back out. Like, whatever that feeling was, it went away instantly, because I knew that God had communicated to me that it's just, it's them. I'm letting you see a little bit that, yeah, they tried something, but I'm also letting you know that it's nothing. All right, it's very small. it's not going to do anything to you. I just want you to know it's happening, but so you can pray against it. But it's not going to affect you. Okay. That's why he's saying that it's for no reason. And we all know that a curse or whatever towards you that's not warranted is for no reason, then it can't hit you. Okay. So more notes about a little bit more observations. I gotta get off of here. Yes, I gotta go to bed. But it's a little bit more observations about the video if you just want to see if this has anything to do with you or if this will happen to you, because this is my own personal testimony. But these are some things that from the notes that I'm just adding. You can see if it resonates with you. But the black rhino symbolizes death of parents, a tragedy of James's life. Okay, lost his parents to the rhino, leaving him orphaned and filled with grief. Represents darkness and hardship due to traumatic events, forcing him to live alone, be alone, basically lonely, but living with his cruel aunts. Scenes with the rhino serve as a constant fear or a constant reminder of the loss and pain that he was facing. Overwhelming fear. Rhinos are large and massive, so they represent overwhelming fear. Okay, helplessness after loss. So part of him, the rhino represents the helplessness, because it's such a big, massive animal. If that thing came charging at you, you would feel helpless, especially if you didn't have no weapon. What can you do to fight a big old massive dark object? I mean not object, but a dark beast like that. What can you, a wild animal? There's nothing you can really do. You gonna feel helpless. So helplessness after a loss, because even after you lose somebody, ain't no calling them. You can't get them back. So you just feel helpless because there's nothing really anybody can do. Even when, someone dies and you want to call them and say something, it's really nothing you can say to soothe them. Only time can soothe them. Only God can soothe them, because there's a great feeling of helplessness. Okay. But this rhino ate James's parents, which marks a significant shift of unhappiness in his existence. Okay. The loneliness, because he's lonely, and as children of God, a lot of us are lonely because we don't have anyone really that we can trust. That's why we go to God for everything. And people be looking at us like we tattletellers or whatever. I made a video about that. But yeah, loneliness is highlighted because the effects of what his aunts did in their treatment and the loss that left him feeling lonely, because he was so happy at the beginning of the movie when he was with his parents or whatever, or the memories he was so happy with his parents. But then after that death, that rhino appeared, and that rhino is who ate his parents in the movie. That rhino ate James's parents during that trip to London. But the rhino always appears in the movie every time when James is afraid. Okay, but the rhino it stands as a force that James is going to beat. Okay, he's going to overcome it. How's he going to overcome it? This is cool. The analogy here is so cool. Like, I love being a teacher because I get this example making and parable making and metaphor simile making from my Father Jesus. But listen to this. James, the name, it means supplanter, or may God protect one who takes by the heel. One who takes by the heel. Because remember, oh wait, I don't know if that was for Jacob. I don't know. But anyway, it says supplanter, may God protect. I know for sure that is what James means. I've heard people say James means games, but I don't know. Maybe life can feel like a game for a person who has the name James. Okay. But anyway, a game that you gotta beat. But yesterday we said that life is not a game, is not a toy. Okay, it can feel like a game, but not a toy. It's not something you want to play with. Okay, but the peach represents the peach represents long life, fertility, springtime. Right. It also represents immortality, never dying. And who is never dying with immortality and gives eternal life? Jesus. God. Okay. And so it's crazy how James and his spider, ladybug, centipede, all his little friends or whatever, they're traveling on a peach. So guess who's taking them and traveling through and growing the whole time? The peach, James and the giant peach, is about the peach that grew so big. Who grew so big and traveled them all over the world and took them to the ocean and all that stuff? It was Jesus. So this is so symbolic, man, because a lot of times, people do these, I think this is a Pixar or Disney movie or whatever. People do these videos where, conspiracy theory videos where they talk about Disney being evil and all these movies being evil. But like, one of my favorite movies is James and the Giant Peach, okay? Because me and my brother used to watch this every day when we got home from school. It was really my brother's favorite movie. My favorite movie was The Prince of Egypt. That was my favorite all-time movie. But this James and Giant Peach was right up there with it. I used to love that in Aladdin. But anyway, this peach represents them traveling with Jesus, okay? Jesus is what got James through this, all right? And it's going to be the same with you. Watch out. Pray against whoever this is. Pray for whoever this person is that's going against you. That's what I'm trying to say. Pray for whoever this person is that's trying to go against you, alright? Because they're going to need it. Whatever this black rhino, massive, scary, fearful energy that they tried to send to you for as soon as you wake up so you can have like a bad day. That's what they try to do to me anyway in my testimony, but it didn't work. Like, God let me know right away. God can speak to me through anything. And this ain't the first time God done spoke to me through a video or TV randomly. Like, sometimes the stuff that he say to me when I'm walking by, like, it be so crazy. Like, and I know it be him talking to me. And it's not nothing bad, but it be like so wow. Like, I know that was God. That just the timing of when it pops up, when it talks to you, when he makes it happen. Alright? You just know that it was God. But, yeah. That's my testimony for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, say hello. Bye.